If you're looking to make a job change or completely switch careers, your clues to success could be staring you in the mirror. Face reader Barbara Robert is here to explain how your facial features show your natural gifts and talents. This is a fascinating topic, and tell us real quickly how you got into this.
I was working at UCSD, Renee, in clinical medicine. I was co-winner of the Hewing Medical Award for Research, so I come from a very analytical background. And then I started studying psychologically face reading, which is looking at facial features and understanding a person's character. So I took that application, looked at about 6,000 people in 25 years doing this, and have offered 350 classes. So basically I came from this analytical background into the psychological science.
Right, and just to mention, you've been on countless shows like Tyra, the America's Next Top Model, and Tyra Banks, who works with that, and you've been on her show, and tons of others locally, nationally. And what we want to focus on today is how you can tell what some of your what your talents are. Right. And you say that it's just really in your facial features. That is fascinating to me.
Well, what's significant now for people is people are changing jobs, the economy's slow, so they want to know, am I really at my top earning potential? And face reading will tell you what is your ideal career, because it's in your face. One quick example, a Hispanic woman came a few weeks ago, and she said on Amazon.com, in her testimonial, she said, I was in a really dark place. I found Barbara. I was praying, and Barbara said exactly the career I should do. She immediately got into a training program for it. She's already earning money, and she said, Barbara's my angel, you know, because I just directed her to her right occupation. And sometimes it's very obvious in a person's facial features, which is the science of face reading.
There are 4 kinds of faces that you have sort of taken them down to, and tell us about them. I know the first one is analytical, and you say that's you.
Well, analytical face, for example, if you want to do computer jobs, mechanical engineering, structural work, anything that has a medical research analysis of data. So what we do is we look at the career in terms of what are the personality adjectives that define someone like that, and then I match the facial features to those. Okay, so because it's a 2,000-year-old science.
So talk about the analytical facial features.
Okay, the first part for an analytical face is close-set eyes, which I have. And so close-set eyes is detail, precision. So there are thousands of these facial features, and I love this. You know, so I look at all of them and analyze them. So that's close-set eyes. It's also, somebody can have very high eyebrows, which I don't have, but this is high standards, so they're a quality control person. And if they have flatter cheeks, this is the idea. For analytically oriented, they're not feeling, but they're logically driven, and sometimes they'll have very small eyes, which is detail precision. So the more of these facial features you have, and they each have a psychological meaning, the more likely you will be to be happy in that occupation.
Wonderful. Communication is another facial form that you describe, and you say that Dr. Phil falls right into that category.
Exactly. So for Dr. Phil, as an example, some of these are communication facial features. One of them is very large ears, and we were looking at, I think it was Mr. The one who does children's shows. Anyway, we were just looking at his face, Mr. Rogers, who has really large ears. So this is listening to, tuning into the big picture. Also, President Obama has that facial feature. So that's one feature. Another one that is found, Tyra Banks has this. This is rounding in the forehead line or the hairline, and this means people, people, people. So really good with the public. They just enjoy people. They enjoy listening to people. They enjoy understanding people, analyzing people's problems. So these are communication features. Another one, also the one you have, and Julia Roberts has, is the wide mouth. So this is by nature generous and affectionate.
You can compare me to her all day long if you want. Go, go, go.
So the other part of that, Renee, is that when people have these facial features, they're happier in these jobs. And of course, you can be happy in a job without having these features, but these are the patterns of personality that I've looked at in 6,000 people. So also for her, she has the brown hair and brown eyes, which exudes personal warmth. In an artistic face also, other people who love fashion, texture, color have arched eyebrows. You know, Julia doesn't have that, but arched eyebrows indicate the eyebrows go up right above the pupil. And this is love of fabric, texture and color. Also, when I was on Tyra Banks, I was looking at her face, and she has very tiny pore structure. And this is love of beautiful material objects. And so if people also want to learn about this, check out YouTube. I have 20 shows on YouTube on
great.
face reading.
We're almost out of time, but I know there's one more, and that's the physical face.
Physical jobs, which would be fireman, policeman, gardener, personal trainer, they often have people, this is the Marlboro guy, who have, who have really usually strong chin and jaw area. Their faces are angular. Often they have between the nose to the upper lip, there's a strong line, which is physical endurance.
Wonderful. We are out of time, but you have an amazing offer for our viewers today. The first 5 people that call you are going to get a wonderful reward.
I'm giving them a PDF download of my book. The book is featured on Amazon.com called Face Reading, How to Read Anyone at a Glance. And I'm the only author that has 62 5.5 ratings on Amazon.com.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Again, the first 5 people that call you, I think that it's an amazing way just to open yourself up to greater possibilities and just to find your true passion. Good to have you on today.
Thanks, Renee.
Thank you.